Good morning students, welcome back to our class. So, in the last class we have seen the properties of inverse trigonometric functions, right. So, in today's class we are going to see the example, we are going to solve some example following that, okay. See example number 4.16. So, what they have given, prove that pi by 2 is less than or equal to sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x less than or equal to 3 pi divided by 2. Okay, we have to prove this. See here, this is 2 into cos inverse. So, let us take this alone, sin inverse of x plus 2 into cos inverse of x. This can be written as sin inverse of x plus, see here 2 into cos inverse of x can be written as cos inverse of x plus cos inverse of x, cos inverse of x plus cos inverse of x. We already know from the property sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is pi by 2. Therefore, pi by 2 plus cos inverse of x. Okay, pi by 2 plus cos inverse of x. We know that what is the range of cos inverse of x? The inverse cos inverse range, what is the range of cos inverse function? That is from 0 to pi. Therefore, 0 less than or equal to cos inverse of x less than or equal to pi. Okay. See here, for attaining this, what we are doing is we are adding pi by 2 in this inequality. What happens? 0 plus pi by 2 is pi divided by 2 less than or equal to pi by 2 plus cos inverse of x, which is less than or equal to pi plus pi by 2 is 3 pi by 2, 3 pi divided by 2, okay, 3 pi divided by 2. So, what's the answer? Instead of pi by 2, we can solve this. Sin inverse, we can substitute the sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x. So, sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x plus cos inverse of x becomes, what it becomes? Pi by 2 less than or equal to sin inverse of x plus 2 into cos inverse of x less than or equal to 3 pi divided by 2. Hence proved. This is what we have to prove, right? This is the question they have given, this is what we have to prove. Since we have proved. See, now let us see the next example. Example number 4.17. What's the question? They have given 3 subdivision. We have to simplify that. So, cos inverse of 13 pi divided by 3. See here, we know the property cos inverse of x is equal to x. Can we apply this? If we apply, what will be the answer? 13 pi divided by 3. But this should belong to the value, right? What is the principal value of cos inverse function? This should belongs to 0 comma pi. Is this possible? See, this does not belongs to 13 pi divided by 3 does not belongs to 0 comma pi. Therefore, we are going to change this. So, we are going to change this 13 pi divided by 3 as 4 pi plus pi divided by 3. See there, 12 pi plus pi is 13 pi divided by 3. So, cos of 4 pi plus pi divided by 3 is equal to cos pi divided by 3. Then, cos inverse of pi by 3 will be equal to, by this property we can take this pi by 3. Then we know that this pi by 3 belongs to the principal range 0 comma pi. Its value is pi by 3. Similarly, for the second one, tan inverse of 3 pi divided by 4. So, when we use this inequality, when like this we have a property for this, tan inverse of tan of x is equal to x. When we use that, we get the answer as 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4, what is the principal value of tan function? Therefore, does not belongs to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. It does not belongs to this. Therefore, we are going to change this 3 pi by 4 as 3 pi by 4 is equal to pi minus pi by 4. Right, 4 pi minus pi is 3 pi divided by 4. So, see here, tan of, okay, 3 pi divided by 4 is written as pi minus pi by 4, which is equal to tan of minus tan of pi by 4. This can be written as tan of minus pi by 4, okay, minus pi by 4. So, using the property tan inverse of x is equal to x, then tan inverse of tan of Given is, what's the given question? 3 pi by 4. Instead of 3 pi by 4, what we took? That can be written as tan of pi minus pi by 4. That can be taken as tan of minus 3 pi by 4. Tan of minus pi by 4. Tan inverse of tan of minus pi by 4. So, using that property, you will get the answer as minus pi by 4. This minus pi by 4 belongs to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Hence, this is the answer. Minus pi by 4 is the answer. The next subdivision. What is the next subdivision? Secant inverse of secant of 5 pi divided by 3. Similarly, we have the property secant inverse of secant of x is equal to x. If we use the property, this 5 pi by 3 must belong to 0 comma pi excepting pi by 2, but it does not belong to this range. Therefore, we are going to change this 5 pi by 3 as 2 pi minus pi by 3. Okay, then what happens? Secant of 5 pi divided by 3 is written as secant of 2 pi minus pi divided by 3. This can be equal to secant of pi by 3. Okay, secant of. Then after using this inequality, secant inverse of secant of x is x. Secant inverse of secant of pi by 3 is equal to pi by 3. See, surely we know that pi by 3 belongs to this range, that is 0 comma pi restricting the pi by 2 value. Okay, so pi by 3 is the answer. Now the fourth subdivision, sine inverse of sine of 10. Sine inverse of sine of 10. See this pi by 2, the range is between minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. What's the value of pi? Pi is minus 22 divided by 7. See, pi by 2 means divided by 2. Therefore, minus 11 by 7 comma 11 by 7. When we take it as values, minus the value minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 can be taken as minus minus 11 by 7 comma 11 by 7. See this 10, okay, this 10 is not belongs to. This 10 does not belongs to this range, because sin inverse of sin of x is equal to x. We have the property. Using this, if we take the value as 10, this 10 does not belongs to minus 11 by 7 comma 11 by 7. Therefore, we are going to change this 10 as, see here, we know that 10 minus 3 pi belongs to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Okay, how we are getting this means, see here, sin 10 can be written as sine of 3 pi, okay, sine of 3 pi plus 10 minus 3 pi. Then what happens? This is also sine of 3 pi plus something is also equal to sine of pi plus something. Therefore, pi plus 10 minus 3 pi, right? Pi plus 10 minus 3 pi. Okay, so this can be written as minus sine of pi plus something is minus sine of 10 minus 3 pi. 10 minus 3 pi. See here, bringing this minus this side, what happens? This will be equal to sine of 3 pi minus 10. We know that 3 pi minus 10 belongs to pi minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Therefore, using the property sine inverse of sine of x is equal to x. Using that property, we can get the value as, so sine inverse of sine of 5 pi by 3 can be written as sine inverse of sine of 3 pi minus 10. We know that 3 pi minus 10 surely belongs to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Value is 3 pi minus 10. This is the answer. Okay, this is the answer. Now let us move on to the next example. Example number 4.18. Okay, example number 4.18. We have to find the values of, first one is sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus pi 1 by 2. See here, what is the value of sine inverse of minus 1 by 2? It is minus pi by 6, right? Therefore, sine of pi by 3 minus pi by 6 becomes plus pi by 6. Therefore, which is equal to sine of, taking the LCM as 6, it becomes 3 pi, right. Taking the LCM as 6, it becomes 2 pi plus pi, therefore 3 pi. Therefore, it becomes sine of pi by 2. What is the value? The value is 1. Okay. Now, next let us find the value for the second subdivision. Cos of 1 by 2 into cos inverse of 1 by 8. So, okay. See here, cos inverse, we are taking this cos inverse of 1 by 8 as theta. Then what happens? Cos theta will be equal to 1 by 8. So, we have a formula for cos theta, 2 into cos inverse of 1 by 8. Pi theta divided by 2, 2 into cos inverse of theta divided by, so cos square of, see cos inverse, there is a formula 2 into cos square theta divided by 2 is equal to cos theta, which is equal to minus 1 is equal to 1 by 8. This is the formula for cos theta. Okay, this is the formula for cos theta, that is 2 into cos square, that is 2 into cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos theta, that is the formula. Okay, 2 into cos square theta divided by 2 is equal to 1 by cos theta. So, from that we are taking cos theta alone, cos theta is equal to 2 into cos square theta divided by 2 minus 1. From this, see here, so from this 2 into, keeping this 2 cos square theta this side, cos square theta divided by 2, what happens? 1 by 8 plus 1, which is equal to, divided by 1 plus 8 is 9 divided by 8, 9 divided by 8. Then cos square theta divided by 2 is equal to, bringing this 2 this side, it becomes to the denominator, that is 9 divided by 8 into 2 is 16. So, taking square root on both sides, it becomes cos theta divided by 2 is equal to 3 divided by 4. We are not taking the negative value, we are taking only the positive value. Therefore, what is the question? The question is cos of 1 by 2 into cos inverse of 1 by 8 is equal to, we have taken it as cos of theta divided by 2. What is the value? 3 divided by 4. 3 divided by 4 is the answer. Okay. Now, let us see the third subdivision. Tan of 1 by 2 into sine inverse of 2a divided by 1 plus a square. Okay, 1 plus a square plus 1 by 2 into cos inverse of 1 minus a square divided by 1 plus a square. See, it is looking like a formula. See, this term alone is looking like a formula. The formula that uses the tan. So, let us take a is equal to tan theta. Okay, let us take a is equal to tan theta. Then what here becomes is 2a, that is 2 into tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta is, 1 plus tan square theta is sin 2 theta. This is the formula of sin 2 theta. And see here, 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta is the formula for cos 2 theta. Formula for cos 2 theta. Now, shall we substitute this in the given equation? So, see here what happens, then tan of 1 by 2 into sine inverse of, instead of this we can substitute sin 2 theta, sin 2 theta, okay, plus 1 by 2 into cos inverse of, 1 by 2 into cos inverse of, instead of this we can substitute cos 2 theta, cos 2 theta. Okay, we know that sin inverse of sin of x is equal to x. So, by that tan of 1 by 2 into sin inverse of sin of 2 theta is 2 theta plus 1 by 2 into cos inverse of cos of 2 theta is 2 theta. So, what theta plus theta is 2 theta. Therefore, tan of 2 theta. What is the value? What is the formula? Tan of 2 theta is equal to 2 into tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta. So, for tan theta, shall we substitute a? So, instead of a only we have taken tan theta. So, this is equal to 2 into a divided by 1 minus a square. This is the required answer. Okay. Now let us see the example 4.19. 4.19. What's the question? They have asked us to prove tan of sine inverse of x is equal to x divided by root of 1 minus x square, okay, for which modulus of x is less than 1. The value of x should be from minus 1 comma 1. Value of x should be from minus 1 comma. So let us take theta is equal to sine inverse of x. So from this what we can take? Sine theta is equal to x. Sine theta is equal to x. Okay. Then tan of sine inverse of x. What sine inverse of x? Theta, which is equal to tan theta. What's the formula for tan theta? Sin theta divided by cos theta. Sin theta divided by cos theta. What's the value of sin theta? Sin theta is x. So cos theta can be written as root of 1 minus sin square theta. Therefore, root of 1 minus, instead of sin square theta we can substitute x. Therefore, 1 minus x square. So this is the thing we have to prove, right? Tan of sine inverse of x is equal to x divided by root of 1 minus x square, when x ranges from minus 1 to 1. Hence we proved this. Now let us see the next example. Let us see the next example. Example number 4.20. What's the question? Evaluate. We have to find the value of sine inverse of 3 divided by 5 plus secant inverse of 5 divided by 4. Okay, we have to evaluate this. See here, now let us take this as theta, that is secant inverse of 5 by 4 is equal to theta. Then what happens? Secant theta is equal to 5 divided by 4. From this we can take, on reciprocaling, what happens? 1 by secant theta is equal to cos theta. Therefore, cos theta is equal to 4 divided by 5. Cos theta is equal to 4 divided by 5. Okay. And again, we know sin theta is equal to root of 1 minus cos square theta, which is equal to root of 1 minus, what is cos theta? 4 by 5. Cos square theta is 16 divided by 25. Therefore, root of 25 minus 16 is 9. 9 divided by 24. The value is 3 divided by 5. Therefore, sin theta is equal to 3 divided by 5. Therefore, theta is equal to sin inverse of 3 divided by 5. See here, theta is equal to secant inverse of 5 divided by 4 and theta is equal to sin inverse of 3 divided by 5. So, what we are taking is, we are taking this secant theta. Since this is also equal to theta, this is also equal to theta, we are taking the secant inverse of 5 by 4 as sin inverse of 3 by 4 in this. Therefore, question becomes sin inverse of 3 divided by 5 plus sin inverse of 3 divided by 5. Therefore, 2 into sin inverse of 3 divided by 5. Okay. We know that sin inverse of, there is the formula sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x square. Okay. 2x into root of 1 minus x square is equal to 2 into sin inverse of x. 2 into sin inverse of x. Shall we write like this? See, 2 into sin inverse of 3 divided by 5 can be written as, okay, sin inverse of 2 into, what is x here? 3 divided by 5, that is 6 divided by 5 into root of 1 minus x square, 1 minus 9 divided by 25. Therefore, this becomes sin inverse of 24 divided by 5. Sin inverse of 24 divided by 25, that is 2 into sin inverse of 3 divided by 5, becomes sin inverse of 24 divided by 5. Okay. See here, the question is sin of sin inverse of. Okay. Shall we substitute these values in the question? See, the question is sin of sin inverse of. We attained at sin of 2 into sin inverse of 3 divided by 5. That can be written as sin inverse of 24. Sin inverse of 24 divided by 25. So, by using the property sin of sin inverse of x is equal to x, we can take this value as 24 divided by 25. Okay, 24 divided by 25. Therefore, we have evaluated the value of sin inverse of 3 divided by 5 plus secant inverse of 5 divided by 4. Now let us move on to the next example. Example number 4.21. What's the question? They have given two subdivision. Prove that. You have to prove tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 1 divided by 3 is equal to pi divided by 4. Okay, pi divided by 4. We already know that formula tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y. This is the formula. Shall we substitute the values in the formula? Tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3. X value is 1 by 2 and y value is 1 by 3. This is equal to tan inverse of x plus y. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. What happens? Take the LCM. 6, 3 plus 2. Therefore, 5 divided by 6. 5 divided by 6 divided by 1 minus x into y. 1 by 2 into 1 by 3 is 1 by 6. Therefore, 6 minus 1 is 5 by 6. Right? 5 by 6 divided by 5 by 6, it becomes tan inverse of 1. The value is pi divided by 4. Tan inverse of 1 is pi divided by 4. See the next subdivision. So, next subdivision is 2 into tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 1 by 7 is equal to, we have to prove this as tan inverse of 31 divided by 17. Okay, there is a formula. See, this can be written as 2 into tan inverse of 1 by 2 can be written as tan inverse of 2x divided by 1 minus tan inverse of 2 into 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 the whole square, because we already know the formula tan 2 into tan inverse of x is equal to tan inverse of 2x divided by 1 minus x square. Using this formula we are evaluating this. So, what happens? 2 into tan inverse of 1 by 2's value will be equal to tan inverse of 4 divided by 3. Tan inverse of, now substituting in this, what happens? The question becomes tan inverse of 4 divided by 3 plus tan inverse of 1 divided by 7, right? 1 divided by 7. So, using that formula tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Therefore, tan inverse of 4 by 3 plus 1 by 7 divided by, divided by 1 minus 4 divided by 21. When we solve this, we will get the answer as tan inverse of 31 divided by 17. Okay. Now, let us see the example 4.22. So, what is the question? See, they have given if cos inverse of x plus cos inverse of y plus cos inverse of z is equal to pi. Okay. We have to show that x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy z equal to 1. Okay. See, for this we are using some identities, some formulas. So, what are the formulas is? First, we are taking cos inverse of x as alpha and cos inverse of y as beta. Okay, then what happens? X will be equal to cos alpha and beta will be equal to cos, y will be equal to cos beta, right? Y will be equal to cos beta. See here, for this we are taking some identities. Okay, taking some identities. They have given that, from the question they have given that cos inverse of x plus cos inverse of y plus cos inverse of z is equal to pi. See here, instead of cos inverse of x and cos inverse of y, we can substitute the values of alpha and beta. Alpha plus beta plus cos inverse of z is equal to pi. Now, let us take the identity from this. Alpha plus beta is equal to pi minus cos inverse of z. See, there is an identity cos of, this is a formula, cos of a plus b is equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Similarly, cos of alpha plus beta is equal to cos alpha into cos beta plus minus sin alpha into sin beta. So you have to substitute the values. What is the values? X into y minus root of. If cos alpha is equal to x, then sin alpha will be equal to root of 1 minus x squared. 1 minus x squared into, if cos beta is equal to y, then sin beta will be equal to root of 1 minus y squared. Okay, see here, we took cos of alpha plus beta. See, we are substituting this cos of pi minus cos inverse of z is equal to x plus y minus root of 1 minus x squared into root of 1 minus y squared. Okay, see cos of pi minus cos inverse of x becomes minus cos of cos inverse of z. So what happens? This side it becomes minus z, right? This side it becomes, so cos of cos inverse of x is equal to x. Therefore, this side it becomes minus z. Minus z is equal to xy. So this is xy. X into y minus root of 1 minus x square into root of 1 minus y square. So after this, we have to simplify this to get the answer. So what happens this side? This side you bring the minus xy to the left hand side. What way? Minus xy minus z will be equal to minus root of 1 minus x square into root of 1 minus y square. So after squaring on both sides, what happened? Xy square on both sides. After squaring, this will be taken as a plus b the whole square. Therefore, x squared y squared plus z squared plus 2 into x y z, which is equal to, so on squaring minus it gets plus, this will be 1 minus x square into 1 minus y squared. See, this is 1 minus y squared minus x squared plus x squared y squared. So bring these terms this side, x squared y squared plus z squared plus 2xyz minus 1 plus y squared plus x squared minus x squared y squared will be equal to 0. This term and this term gets cancelled. So remaining will be x squared plus y squared plus z squared plus 2 into xyz. Bringing this minus 1 this side, it becomes 1. Hence proof. This is what we have to prove, right? Hence proof. Okay. Now exercise 4.23. Sorry, example 4.23. We are going to see the example 4.23. Okay, what's the question? They have given A1, A2, A3, etc. A is an arithmetic progression and the difference is 1. We have to prove they have given tan inverse of d divided with, now let us take the first one alone, tan inverse of d divided by 1 plus A1 into A2. Right? What is the d? See, here we have taken the elements A1 and A2. Therefore, we are going to write d as the difference between A1 and A2. Therefore, this can be written as tan inverse of A2 minus A1, right? A2 minus A1 divided by 1 plus A1 into A2. See, this is the formula for tan inverse of A2 minus tan inverse of A1, right? Tan inverse of A2 minus tan inverse of A1. Similarly, the next term, tan inverse of d divided by 1 plus A2 into A3 can be written as tan inverse of A3 minus tan inverse of A1. When we add this both, see, when we add this first term, two terms alone, what happens? A3 minus tan inverse of A2 plus tan inverse of A2 minus tan inverse of A1. So this term and this term gets cancelled. The remaining term will be tan inverse of A3 minus tan inverse of A1. Similarly, we are going to find for all the terms that has been given in your books. Then what happens? Tan of The question is tan inverse of d divided by 1 plus a1 a2 tan inverse of d divided by 1 plus a2 into a3 plus up to etc. plus tan inverse of d divided by 1 plus an into n minus 1. We have to prove this as an minus a1 divided by 1 plus a1 into an. Okay. So, what happens when we move on like this? The term here will be tan inverse of, tan inverse of an minus the first term, tan inverse of a1. Okay, that this is tan of this term. Okay, tan of this term. So, here tan inverse of an minus tan inverse of a1 can be written as tan of the formula tan inverse of an minus a1 divided by 1 plus a1 into a1. Since tan inverse of x is equal to x, we can write this as an minus a1 divided by 1 plus a1 into an. This is what we have to prove, right? Hence, we have proved this. Okay. Now, example 4.24. Solve, you have to solve for tan inverse of 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x, which is equal to 1 by 2 into tan inverse of x. You have to solve for this. Okay. See here, tan inverse of this can be written as, tan inverse of 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x can be written as tan inverse of 1 minus tan inverse of x. Okay, this is the formula for tan inverse of a minus tan inverse of b. Tan inverse of 1 minus tan inverse of x is equal to 1 by 2 into tan inverse of x. Bringing this tan inverse of x this side, what happens? Tan inverse of 1 is pi divided by 4. This is equal to, when bringing this side 1 by 2 into tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of x. 1 by 2 plus 1 into tan inverse of x. So, 3 divided by 2 into tan inverse of x. So, pi by 4 is equal to 3 divided by 2 into tan inverse of x. Therefore, see here, tan inverse of x can be written as 2 pi divided by 12. Therefore, this is pi divided by 6. For what value of 6 x we get tan, tan pi by 6 is equal to x. What is the value? Tan pi by 6 is equal to 1 divided by root 3. 1 divided by root 3. Okay, next example 4.25. Example 4.25. What's the question? Solve sin inverse of x is greater than cos inverse of x. Okay, so sin inverse. So for the both we have the value from minus 1 less than or equal to less than or equal to. Okay, this will be the principal domain for both sin inverse function and the cos inverse function. So what we are going to add both sides cos inverse of x, sin inverse of x. This becomes 2 into sin inverse of x, which is greater than, okay, which is greater than cos inverse of x plus sin inverse of x is pi divided by 2. Pi divided by 2. See here, what we got is 2 into sin inverse of x is greater than pi divided by 2. Therefore, the function will be from, the value is from minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2, right? So, what happens since x is greater than sin of pi by 4. See here, we can take this 2 this side, then it becomes sin inverse of x is greater than pi divided by 4. So, sin pi by 4 is, right, x is greater than, from this keeping this x this side, x is greater than sin of pi by 4. Or what is pi by 4? Sin pi by 4, x is greater than 1 divided by root 2. X is greater than 1 divided by root 2. Therefore, here the domain is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. But here what happens? X is greater than 1 by 2 means, so this one is minus 1 to 1. The range is reduced to, sorry, the domain is reduced to 1 divided by root 2. See here, this is not equal to, greater than or equal to, it is just greater than. Therefore, 1 divided by root 2 comma 1. Okay, this is how the domain of the function reduces. This is how the domain of the function reduces. So, we have another 4 example, 4.26, 4.27, 4.28 and 4.29. So, these 4 are the assignments for you. These 4 are the assignment sums for you. In your book they have given the proof. So, see the proof and do the assignment. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay. So, with this we are completing this video. In the next class, let's see the exercise 4.5. Thank you students. Let's meet in the next class.